if he's using a lot of sneak or if he's disappearing in these clouds of steam. It's not always a bad idea, like Jay Party said early on, to throw out that arena if you think you have an idea where he is. Unfortunately, that one missed. They do have an elite Tyrant there in that pool, Jay Party. It looked like the Assault was going to try and go for that perk, but they are having trouble here in the caves as the Hunter team.
This could be a rough spot to fight in here. Some of the arenas it shapes could be bad against Goliath here. That physical bruiser, he wants to get in close. He does not want to give the Hunters room to maneuver and ways to get above him, different elevations. That's what becomes a struggle for the Goliath.
Struggle for the Hunters, though, too, Jay Party, though. If he's moving around here and he's going up and down, the Hunters are going to have a hard time keeping up with him. So I like his mobility compared to theirs. Look at this build, though, Jay Party. What's he going to go with?
Yeah, dual Fire Breath, 2 more in the Leaf Smash, finishes off the Fire Breath. I like that. He's got a real strong damage move here at stage 2 with that fully evolved Fire Breath. And there's one other important thing I want to note there, what he did. Right before he evolves, he turns around and he uses that smell ability. It gives him the most amount of traction he can to find the Hunters right before he goes in that cocoon. And that's so important. It's the little things that really make up good play and Evolve.
That's right, Jay Party. And he's already working towards stage 3 here, eating the wildlife, getting in his belly, filling up that Evolve meter, and also filling up his armor bar. He's on the run. Let's see if the Hunters can catch him and finally get him in the dome.
Yeah, the Hunter's getting a little spread out here, and you're going to see that as people get a little more experienced in the game, you realize how far you can spread, but then still have the speed to group back up when someone actually spots the monster. And that's a really difficult thing to master. It takes just a lot of hours of playing to really get used to spreading out.
On the move here, dealing with some Blitz Leopards. The Trapper does not want any of that. She can definitely get pounced by that wildlife, so she does a nice job of backpedaling and doing damage so it doesn't get the pounce on. And here the Hunters are on the monster, but again, she had to back up, so she was out of range to drop another dome, while Assault is able to engage. The monster is on the run.
Yeah, get some hits off just on the armor.
Oh, another close. I think that was the same plant, Jay Party. That's a nasty little spot in between the trees there.
Absolutely, in the smoke there too. I can't believe the Assault saw that in time. That would have been terrible, as the Hunters have not quite got up to him yet. And these guys really need to get together. The Assault poking at the armor is not going to be enough to really hurt the Goliath here. They need to get a strong team engage and get that trap off to do some real damage.
Here he goes. It looks like he might finally take the fight to the Hunters, as he does have full armor and full health. This would be a good time to do it. He takes that stage 3 Flame Breath on the Trapper there. He can take the Trapper out right away. Down goes the dome. He's going to have all the time he wants in here and be able to leave at his leisure. Finally, the Assault comes in with the flamethrower there and doing damage, but it's not enough.
Yeah, such a good engage by the Goliath. That's what I was talking about. Look for the strong engage, able to get the Trapper down before anyone even really realizes what's happening here. Luckily, the Trapper back in this fight as Lazarus was sneaking around there in stealth.
Yeah, Lazarus got the Trapper up. No down penalty because he used his Lazarus device. Definitely a different fight here than the last fight where we had Val, as she is constantly trying to heal. But if a teammate goes down, they are going to take a down penalty. Not the case here with Lazarus if he's able to get in there. He did so really well and very quickly.
Oh man, trying to just focus on Laz, and this is definitely the strategy Goliath needs here. Unfortunately, his armor is down here, and he is taking hits directly to his health in this fight. It may not be the fight he wants, but so much vision being blocked here. That Toxic Grenade from the Assault blocking his own vision here. You got to watch out for that.
Yeah, nicely done by Assault to constantly put the damage on the Goliath with that flamethrower to take the heat off the Medic. The Medic also being shielded nicely by support. But here they are dropping like flies, Jay Party. That's going to happen with Lazarus.
And that was such an unfortunate grouping. He actually got 3 of the Hunters with that leap strike there, and it just did so much damage. These Hunters totally destabilized there. The Medic back up, but is it enough? Oh, look, he gets the Fire Breath off on Laz, but it's not enough. He gets in the water, and that's going to put out that fire.
Medic went down, and unfortunately, Lazarus cannot use that Lazarus device on himself, so he does have a strike. The rest of the team, though, fighting at full strength. They're going to need some heals here. Let's see if he can pop that that burst heal, get a couple of these guys healed up as he's running along, because they are low on health.
Yeah, Laz himself hurting a bit. He needs to keep using that right bumper. That's that burst heal. Just keep yourself topped off as Laz. You've got very little utility to heal people, so you need to use every last cooldown you can with that burst heal.
Nice arena. The monster just caught in there, but the Trapper is looking like she's going to go down again, and down she goes, and down goes the mobile arena.
Oh, these Hunters are just falling left and right here, but lucky for them, they have the Laz, which is what they need. And look at that pin, but no one's got a weapon out. Someone needs to switch to an offensive tool to knock him off. and they do. The Assault buys all the time he needs with that personal shield. No forward progress from that pounce there.
Lazarus gets caught trying to get the res, does get the res off in time, but takes damage as well. Medic down on a little bit of health, but a nice shield coming in from support.
And I realized why he went full Fire Breath against this team. He knew there was a Lazarus, and he knows how much this team's going to rely on stealth. Both Lazarus and the support going to be bouncing between those two stealth attacks, but luckily with fire, you can see even invisible hunters.
Yeah, double cloak is definitely tough to deal with, but he's doing a great job of it here with the Flame Breath, as Jay Party mentioned. Takes down the Trapper. Trapper goes flying into the water there. Support trying to get a res on the medic, but gets knocked back.
By just a second there, not enough time, and that's such a big loss for the Trappers. Down to the last two members. We'll see if the Hunters can pull through here, as it's just this Assault class left who's now going to hightail it out of here.
Just Assault on the run. Here comes Goliath. Fire with fire as the song goes, and here we go down to just a little bit of health. This could be it. J Party is Daisy, I believe, is down as well. Assault goes down, and that's it. Redemption song for Ben Holshoe on the monster. Nicely done, my man.
Takes him down with that
back
huge,
in the game.
That huge damage spike there.
Your boy Shaq just wandering around in front of the camera. So I think he's giving the fans what they want. So nicely done, Shaq. Wow. J Party, what a match. I am actually very pumped up after that. It was nicely done. I think the turning point and the big part of the game there, as you mentioned and you hit on, was taking that 3-point Flame Breath. The huge strategy with that team is having the double cloaks and being able to switch back and forth between those, being patient and being able to let Lazarus do his thing. But he kept them on fire most of the time.
Yeah, great build, great pick. Goliath real strong against that team, particularly with that build, and a couple big clustery hits with the Leap Strike and the Fire Breath there. Those Hunters were grouping up just a little too tight and allows him to get too much utility out of his AoE attacks there.
Nice Goliath from the Holshoe. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring up Chloe from Turtle Rock Studios. She's a producer over there, and she's going to help us talk about the Big Alpha in relation to Turtle Rock Studios and you know what they're all about with this Big Alpha. So Chloe, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. So Chloe's here, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up from beautiful, sunny Southern California. And we're here hanging out at the 2K Live Room talking about the Big Alpha. So Chloe, tell us what you've been doing at the studio, at Turtle Rock Studios, to prepare for the Big Alpha.
Well, we've been really working hard to finish the game, obviously. Lots of work going into optimizing, making sure everything works, everything's balanced. So we've been preparing the Big Alpha. We want to put it out there and have people test a lot of what we've been working on that hasn't been tested before. So there's a lot of new elements that that we've been working on and trying to polish and get out the door.
So what is TRS hoping to accomplish through the Big Alpha?
Well, like, we have our progression, and we've been playing that in the studio. Everything resets quite regularly, so, like, I've never gotten to max level, which is sad, but we're going to be able to test it for the first time. We're going to have a lot of people checking it out, and we're looking for feedback. We're looking for what people think about it, whether it's too easy, whether it's too hard, you know, what people think about the perks and the way everything works. So we're looking for that, and we're looking to play the game with people, so we're excited about that too.
Awesome. So speaking of the Big Alpha, what is your personal favorite character in the Big Alpha? Who are you looking to unlock first?
As far as unlocking goes, probably my favorite out of the second set is Hyde. He's so fun. I'm a sucker for VO, and his VO is amazing. Actually, given that it's got to be a tie between him and Bucket, because I also love Bucket's VO, it's kind of amazing. It's not normal that you are running along looking for a scary fire-breathing monster and giggling because your character's really funny. So I do enjoy that. It sort of lightens the mood a little bit.
Now, Chloe, is it possible for us to play against TRS during the Big Alpha?
There will be a lot of us playing. So yes, I mean we're a small studio, and there's only so many of us, and a lot of people are going to be working, making sure it's all running smoothly. So they'll be sort of nose to the grindstone focusing on that, but a lot of us will be playing, and we will definitely want to be playing with the community instead of sticking to ourselves. So yeah, we will be there in force.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for your insight into the Big Alpha from Turtle Rock Studios. That's Chloe here with Jay Party and DB Sinclair live on the stream, 2K Live Room. We're going to throw down with Game 3 of Evolve. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and throw up a little video. This is going to be some screens of some of the sites you're going to want to check out. So we have some support site for the Big Alpha that's frequently asked questions on the Big Alpha. You can check that out on the 2K blog. We also have support there where you can report bugs as well. And in the Turtle Rock Studios forums, we do have some Big Alpha sections there. You can find some information there as well on the Big Alpha, as well as the last thing on there was a guide by one of the community members. He's created this guide. It's a guide to the Planet Share and Evolve, and it's pretty awesome. It's gotten the nod from Turtle Rock Studios. It's pinned in there. You can go check that out and find out everything you need to know about the game and about the Big Alpha. Jay Party, let's kick off Game 3.
Absolutely. Let's going to get this right underway here. What I mentioned again, we do love getting things from the community. Like you mentioned, that guide was from a community member. So if you create anything cool, let us know. We'll try to get it out there and get people seeing it.
That's right, Jay Party. Let's get into Game 3 here. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some news for you. It's your boy Shaq on the Monster. He's going to be throwing down against Nick Carlson on Assault. That's Chloe on the Trapper. Oh, it looks like we've switched up, and Jess is going to be on the Medic. Nicely done. And, the legendary
Scott James.
Scott James.
Wow, I'm excited.
On Bucket.
We're going to see a well-played game right here.
This is going to be good. Your boy, the Whole Shoe, is going to be giving you the visual representation of the game here.
And the director, really underrated in all of the esports and any viewing, is the guy who directs the camera. That's going to be the Whole Shoe, and props to that guy there. Hopefully doing a great job here as we see the game highlights in action.
Really, Jay Party, this is his moment to shine. This is sort of that 8 Mile moment where he has one shot to prove to the world that he has what it takes to run the boards.
Yeah, absolutely. Expecting big things here, folks, and we are just about done with these tutorials here. You are seeing that Goliath tutorial, and it is just about to wrap up here, and then this game will be underway.
I'm excited to see what Shaq goes with here on the Goliath, Jay Party. Speaking of Shaq, I wish we had another camera in here. He is literally laying on the floor.
Yeah.
In his most comfortable, I'm going to play Goliath and demolish the Hunter's position.
Yeah, enjoying that shag rug and just relaxing here. You want to make sure Evolve is a relaxing experience here, sort of meditative in a way, and he really is exemplifying that meditative play right now.
Speaking of Shaq, Jay Party, also on the Turtle Rock forums there is a community contest that you too can be a part of. We took some pictures of our Shaq hunt, if you will, hunting Shaq around 2K. And if you caption those pictures and you are the winner, I believe there's some swag coming your way from one of the community members.
All right, folks, we're going to jump back into this game here, as that is exactly what we're here to watch. And a very unusual perk picked up here from Goliath right away. The faster climb perk can be underperforming or overperforming here, depending on the arena. This perk really relies on you being smart about where you engage, forcing the hunters to go up and down, rely on those jetpacks to be used inefficiently, and they just won't be able to keep the fight up.
My two favorite starter Goliath abilities here, Jay Party, the Leap Smash and the Charge. These are not only good for doing massive damage to the hunters, but they also help in getting around the map, navigating the map, and getting away from the hunters if you need to as well. You're seeing him 3 meets away from stage 2. Look at this, though. A lot of red around there, Jay Party, as a pack of wild Trapjaws enters the room.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate there. We actually saw for a second a little bug just kind of flying by there, and that was the UAV from our support class getting eyes on the Goliath here, and they're going to get him marked. As you see those red pings across the board from the Trapper, that's a teammate marking the Goliath for the rest of the team.
So on support there, he's trying to throw sorry. Blown away by what I just saw there, Jay Party. Missed it on the Whole Shoes direction there, though. But he did have that UAV flying. And the Goliath was actually trying to knock it out of the air. It's pretty fun to watch. They do have him in the dome here and Trank, though, Jay Party.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough cliffside, though. We just mentioned earlier that fast climb is going to give the Goliath so much utility. He's going to be able to bounce up and down here, and he's going to play a little bit of King of the Hill, just keep the heavy damage-dealing Trappers off of him, or the Hunters off of him, mind you, and he just bounce between rocks as he's doing a great job here. He might even get someone down.
Yeah,
he does. The medic
goes
down. Oh, that's such a big loss for the Hunters who take a down penalty so early on a stage 1 Goliath.
And he's going right right back on there. He's going to make sure that body stays down. They're trying to get him up from range with the cloak there, but he is just camping the body and keeping it dead.
Oh man, the Hunter's totally destabilized by this, and he gets Val already out of this fight, and he's just finally about to lose that armor. The Hunter's finally getting some turrets up, the Assault getting in there with the flamethrower, and they're finally going to get some damage off, but with no medic, they're not going to be standing very long, even against the stage 1 Goliath.
You're seeing the sentry guns, though, J Party, doing a great job of tearing into him, but he is managing to stay away from them momentarily. Oh, big hit on Assault, though. Assault goes down as well. Monster going in, trying to finish this right here, right now.
Wow, this would be huge here. This is a stage 1 encounter, but he got the jump on the Hunters, and they didn't see him coming. Oh, and if he gets support here, there's going to be very little utility left, as the Trapper was not the Hunter you want as the last man standing.
Poor Shaq takes the Monster right into the cliff face there. That's got to hurt. He is out of there. Oh, he tries to be out of there, but he's locked down by a harpoon. Look at that. Here comes the flamethrower from Assault, and big time damage. He's down to 2 bars of health.
And we only saw the edge of it there, but that was actually Daisy, the pet Trapjaw, who got the revive on the Assault class and totally get the Hunters back into this fight here, forcing Shaq out. And just like that, he took a lot of damage from that single harpoon trap in the Assault, and he's in a terrible spot now.
That's it, though, J Party. We have Assault, Trapper, and support as Medic is still waiting for the dropship. 50 seconds, and they are kind of lost right now, J Party. Monster is on the move, and he's out of there. Looks like UAV from Bucket is going to be their solution to find him.
And that game came very close to ending at stage 1 here. Shaq doing such a good job again, not disappointing his fans here, but at the end of that fight, he took a lot more damage than he wanted. We'll see how he recovers. He's going to need to just get to stage 2 here, and as I say it, he gets to stage 2 right now, and that is the cocoon you're looking at.
That's the cocoon, and also nicely done to follow the footprints right up to the cocoon there. If they can catch him now, they can do massive damage as he is without no armor. But J Party, look at this. The Assault so low on health, no medic to top them off. They're going to be going into this fight with low health on all of their characters.
This is going to be a rough engage. I bet Shaq gets a little bit of armor and goes for reinitiation on them because Val is just dropping him now, which means the Hunters are going to all be at low health. And actually, it's funny, Shaq and I were talking the other day, and this is his new favorite build, he says. It always catches people by surprise. He went triple rock throw at stage 2 after just getting the utility moves at stage 1 here. So you're going to see such high damage rock throws coming in, and the Hunters have not seen that move yet, so they might not expect that going into this stage 2
yeah,
fight.
Looking for the leap attacks and looking for the charges. They're not going to be ready for that rock when it's thrown in their face, and he can hit practically the whole team there if they're bunched up enough.
I know, and with everyone's health so low, you're going to see Hunters just falling in one hit. So look for giant rocks to be soaring across the skies here as Shaq's going to look to engage, but it looks like actually he's going to run into the forest and get some more armor up as he doesn't like how little health he came out with at the end of that first encounter.
Medic finally getting in there and getting these teammates topped off. You see an Assault with the down penalty, Medic with the down penalty. Looks like support and the Trapper, though, still on working with full health. Oh, and that's a Blitz Leopard pounce on the Assault. Nicely done to get out of there.
Yeah, they don't care. I like it. He's still directing people, though. He says, keep moving. Don't worry about it. As soon as that Blitz Leopard's off, there's no more reason to deal with it. Keep moving. They need to catch up with the Goliath before he stabilizes and gets that full armor.
Yeah, they need to get him in another dome, and they need to do it soon. Right now, he is just running on his own. He is being tracked by the UAV right now, though, J Party. Did you see that red icon on the map that just disappeared? They have an idea of right where he is.
Oh, and look at, he's going back in for the big engage. Oh, but he misses it. Connects with a tree, and at least he tears that tree down in anger here, but he doesn't connect with the Hunters, and a harpoon goes off to slow him down. A bad engage, which is unfortunate, as he did have the jump.
Yeah, harpoon, toxic grenade, locks him down right away, ticks away at the armor. Nice leap attack, but Assault pops a personal shield. They're doing a great job of countering his attacks right now. Big time rock.
Nails Medic, and that's what we were just talking about. Medic almost goes down and run one rock throw. Luckily, he has the burst heal, but it's not enough. Medic going down almost instantly there. Such a big rock.
And the Hunter's bunching up to try and help the Medic, trying to distract the Monster, but now he's doing big time damage to them as well. Here's a big hit. He's harpoon, though. Assault still goes down.
Catches the Assault on just the tip of his finger there, but it's all the damage he needs as once again he's just tearing into these Hunters here. Luckily, the support gets a cloak off, and I think they get the Medic back up. They do. Good work by support using that cloak to sneak in and get the Medic.
Also laying down those sentry guns, locking down that area, so it's going to be painful for Goliath to work his way back through as he does here now. now. Look at support, though. Very low on health. He could go down at any moment.
Yeah, Bucket doing such a great job, though, getting those turrets out. You just can't fight through those turrets. Once your armor's gone, you're going to take too much damage just constantly. The AI does not miss with those turrets.
The whole team doing a great job of aggroing the monster, taking his distraction away from the people he's originally focused on so that they're able to survive there. They got through the fight, though. As you can see, Assault with 2 strikes against the health, and Medic, again, waiting for the dropship.
Yeah, this is so unfortunate because now Medic on 2 strikes permanently, half health for the rest of the game, and no more in-cap state. That just goes straight from life to death now, and it's only going to take one of those stage 3 rocks.
Stage 3 rock right there on the Tyrant.
Oh,
going for
man.
the perk. This is going to be a big one.
Oh, and if he gets this, this uphill battle just got a little bit steeper for the Hunters, as this is that health regen perk, one of the strongest late-game perks for a monster. He's taken so much damage to his health, and all the Hunter forward progress is about to just get deleted here.
J-Party, my favorite part about that engagement with the Tyrant was showing what you need to do as a monster to maximize your damage output on that elite wildlife, because those big ones like the Tyrant and the Mega Mouse, those guys are hard to take down, especially with the low health that he has. You do not want to suffer any damage penalties to those big wildlife. He went in there from range with the big rock throw, got him down to where he could manage the wildlife, and took him out very quickly.
That's a good point, too. I've actually seen some beginning monsters lose at stage 1 to a hot Tyrant like that, and that's not something you want to see.
Trapper gets knocked back by the shot there. Oh, big time hit by the rock throw. That's that stage 3 rock in the face of Support.
That was a blind throw, too. Support was cloaked for that, but he still takes the rock to the face.
Nicely done. The Assault trying to do work with the toxic grenades and his flamethrower, but the monster still working with... Oh, no, the team is falling here, J-Party. It looks like they're falling to a Tyrant in the water right there.
No.
Daisy down as well. Down to Assault. That's it, J-Party.
Oh! By all the dive right through the middle there. Oh, but the dropship timer. Unfortunate timing for them. That Medic dying so early in that fight actually saves the team as 3 of them end up back on this dropship. But he's going to evolve right where they're landing. Doesn't care. Shaq is in such a good spot right now.
Wow, what a fight, J-Party. What a great job by the Hunters, though. I guess to die when you did, because you're back on the dropship.
Yeah.
You're coming back in. And that's a oh, man, that's a nice build, J-Party. That 3-point rock throw, 2 points and everything else.
Yeah, taking it kind of balanced here, but relying on just that one big damage move, and I like it. Shaq has been in control of this game from stage 1 here, just doing such a good job on Goliath here, really showing how it's done.
What that means, too, J-Party, is that he's going to be able to cycle through 4 abilities, which means he's more likely going to have one at the ready every time he's ready to throw one down. Also with that, he's going to hit hard on all 4 of those abilities.
Yeah, and that is another good lesson for some of the newer monster players out there is if an ability's up, use it. There's no resource limiting you in Evolve except for the cooldown itself. There's no mana to deal with, none of that stuff. Use your abilities. That's just so important as a monster. Once you're not used to the timings yet, if you're starting out, just use them blindly. When they're up, use them. Then you'll get used to the nuances of it.